Hey guys, welcome back to the Dargon Gaming Squad. It's Chris and
Josh.
and we're back. Today we're going to kick off a new series. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and kick back and join us, won't you? All right. So anyway, today Josh and I decided to kick off a new series, and that's going to be a top 10. And we're going to bounce it back and forth between both channels so you can find it in each place every couple weeks, we hope. And so tonight, we're going to start with tonight's going to be a definite top 10. Some of them may end up being just a top other number, depending on what results we get. But so we came up with a few things that we thought were essential to having an online session. And then we popped it out to one of the local communities, the Absolute Tabletop Facebook community, and had everybody kind of chime in. So we have some rankings. So without further ado, let's share our list. I'm going to let you start.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, hey, everyone. We're going to do this in reverse order. So number 10 is going to be first. Number 10 on the list will be spell cards, as well as your PHB. So these two things are going to be our number 10. Whether it is online or in person, you can never go wrong with having the core book to whatever system you are playing in. And obviously something like spell cards are completely, an additional cool little function that you can have. But they end up making things a whole lot simpler. So that way you can keep all your actual spells that you actually need for your game handy. And PHB for all the times where you want to do something and the DM won't let you.
That's right. Anytime you need to look it up. So number 9 is rolling trays and or dice towers. Something like this that you can store your dice in, roll it on. It has a nice little surface, or that helps randomize your roll, right?
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I wasn't planning on doing this, but the sound is just amazing.
Cool. Let's hear it.
I'm going to do this. Now, where did my D20 go?
Well, he looks
I have to put it a little bit.
This one just happens to be from Skull Splitter Dice. You guys may remember the review I did on it. This is the Wizard's Grimoire, and it's a handy little dice case. And I think we have a coupon code for you that we'll post at the end of the show.
Yes, we do. So, you guys ready?
Do it again! Do it again!
And that's just one dice.
That is awesome.
Let's do a shout out here to a fistful of dice.
Woohoo! I love it.
It sounds amazing.
It does sound amazing. It sounds like, are there a bunch of little things inside to tumble them as they go?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's like wood like panels that end up bouncing off. And this is actually one of Wormwood's newest products, which is going to be the DM screen. It's all wood, all handmade. This is the first of its kind. This is going to be the two-way dice tower. So whether you're rolling for yourself or for your players, you can roll on either side.
That's sweet. So, I suppose you could even like set it in the center of the table and let the players roll through it, and you could roll through it.
Yeah, but it's a part of like the actual DM screen. It all connects through magnets, so that way you have your own private little area.
It's really
That's
cool.
Nice.
Really cool. All right, well, what's number 8, Josh?
Number 8. Well, I don't have. Oh wait, no, I do. I have mine handy. A notebook or notepad. This is always going to be something that is always going to be required and or necessary, because it's nothing more immersion breaking than asking, what was that guy's name again? Where's he? Where am I? With something like this, you will always be able to keep track of not only yourself, but everyone around you. And I just so happen to have a really nice one that I got from Half Price Books. That's a little holographic as well, with a little dragon on front and back. So
awesome. Well, next up is pen or pencil and eraser. I I put just pencil and paper on the poll, and we got, hey, pens, because pencils are for wimps. So I had to throw that in there right with it. So I do prefer a pencil, though, because I usually have a printed character sheet, and I like to be able to, erase and change my numbers, like on my hit points and stuff, as I take damage, and or like if we level up at the end of the session or something like that, then I can make a few notes that I remember where we're at, or whatever. So I do like to use pencils so that I can erase and keep going. But anyway, having something to write with as well as something to write on is pretty handy.
Yes. And then coming in at number 6 is going to be beverages and snacks. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to grab mine yet. I had just walked in the door when we started filming, but there's nothing wrong with keeping a beverage and snacks, but please be courteous and run everything by your DM or GM just to make sure that you are not going to interfere with the session at hand.
Yes.
Because nothing is more immersion breaking than the sound of chewing coming through your audio.
And, mute your mic. We don't want to hear your rattling bag or anything like that. So for more information on gaming etiquette, you can check out our video on that we did a while back. I'll make sure to link it down below in the description. So that brings us to number 5, and that is the character sheet. I actually like to keep mine in a report folder I've started doing. I find then I tend to not, because I do use physical character sheets usually. Lately, I haven't been. I like to keep the original ones, because if I forget to transfer something over, then I still have a record of it. But this is a really cool one that I got, that I purchased online. That is really nice. I keep forgetting the name of where I bought it, but I will try to find that link again and include it below. But it's like the whole thing is just really neat. It's set multiple pages, and it's really handy. So anyway, I like to keep that. Yeah, right. There's this one's Druid, so it's also got like a wild shape sheet, so you can have the things that you can change into.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
This is maybe my favorite part of the whole thing. But the other part that's really cool is the, of course, now that there's all the new subclasses and new druid circles and stuff from Xanathar's, it's maybe not as handy, but all the spells were already on here that you could choose from. So all you had to do is fill them in for the ones that you
that's picked. Even better.
Really cool. So neat. Anyway, character sheet, you got to have it, right? You got to know what's going on with your character and be able to pull out that information when you need it. And I keep a separate one on my druid character for my main. I have like a main for my turn into. So I actually have 2 that I track. So
that's nuts.
Character sheet.
Well, then coming in at number 4, almost all gaming systems use them, whether they're numbered or pictured. Dice. You can never go wrong with dice. And you can never have too many. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you can have too many. You can never have too much. I have a bag here somewhere that has probably a good 30 pairs of dice in it. And then I just got some of my Call of Cthulhu metal dice as well.
Those are so cool.
Came in the mail. So, yes.
I have finally slowed down on purchasing dice, but I'm sure it'll pick up again at some point.
Just with all of the amazing dice that are coming out on like Kickstarter, you have the DM dice that both of us ended up doing that are coming out soon. Oh, those are gonna be
the
amazing.
dungeon dressing dice. Those
Yes.
are really cool. That's a really great Kickstarter. I think it's completely closed already. If it's not, we'll share that link too. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, I believe they were doing something where they were extending, like you can email them to add yourself to the thing. So
the initial.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and double check the emails that they've sent out. But should we find anything for you guys so that way you guys can check that out as well, we will also put that below.
Absolutely. So that brings us to something that's pretty essential when you're playing online, and that's mic, webcam, and internet connection. You can get by without a webcam, depending on who you're playing with. Sometimes GMs want to post it on their channels, like we often do, and sometimes they really want you to have one, but that's like the one thing that you could kind of do without. But if you're going to play online, people got to be able to hear you.
Yeah, I mean the whole and the whole thing is like webcams aren't necessarily always like necessary, simply because of the fact that there's overlays and things like that you can do in place where it doesn't make it look like you just got out of bed and went on. There are other things that you can do to, not have to use a webcam as well.
Right.
But internet and mic you cannot do without.
Right.
Especially to play online.
And
even in person, like having like some sort of like internet connection so that way you can play like mood music, for your sessions and things, can never go wrong.
Mood music is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I'm gonna have to put this below as like an additional like bonus toss in here. But Ambient Mixer is a website that has like D&D, tavern music and like woods music, elvish like harp, and like they have all this stuff so that way you can increase your gaming moods. And most of it has been grabbed from like free forums or like for free music. So realistically, you can use it throughout anything.
That's so great. For the most part. I know I recently went to the pro version of Roll20, and there's a jukebox in that. So that's cool. A pretty nifty feature. So yeah, being able to have music or sound effects or something is pretty neat, as long as they're not too distracting.
Yes, of course. Which brings us into number 2. You can never have a good story without someone to tell it. And that is why coming in on our list at number 2 is going to be your GM or DM. Because what story can ever be made without someone there to at least guide the story?
Absolutely essential. So number 1. Can we have a drum roll, please? So coming in at number 1. What would a game be without good friends or players to fill the table? Or in this case, the virtual table.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is without a DM, you won't have the story. Without good friends and good players, you won't end up having fun with it. It'll just be another task that you dread. So having a good, open, friendly environment between you, your DM, and all the people at your table will always increase the joy and happiness that gaming has always brought to all of us.
That was very well said. So, guys, we hope that you enjoy this top 10 concept. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. We definitely would like to see some comments. And actually, we would like to broach our topic for the next one. And that is, where do you get your inspiration for your games and your characters? What are your top sources of inspiration when you're planning a game, whether it's a campaign or a session? Or whether you're the player and you're creating a character for that. And we're going to have that one. That'll be aired over on RPG Enlightenment, so be sure to check out both channels. And we always put RPG Enlightenment link below. So comment below. Let us know what your top sources are. What are your favorite sources? And then we'll take what you give us and we'll post it in the Absolute Tabletop community, or maybe a couple of the other online gaming groups that we're in, and do another poll and see where they end up, what ends up on top.
And until next time, may you always come on top. And we would have all gotten away with it if it wasn't for that Dargon gaming squad.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one, guys.
Earlier in this video, we mentioned that we have a coupon code to share from you from skullsplitterdice.com. So for those of you who stayed to the very, very end of this video, thank you so much. And here is your reward. This coupon code is good for 10% off your purchases at skullsplitterdice.com. And the coupon code is Dargon Gaming Squad _10. We will also post it up here in the iCard, or maybe down here across the screen, as well as in the description box below. So be sure to check for it, and we hope that you'll hop over to Skull Splitter and give them some love. They have some really great products. So until next time, we'll catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.